Electronics Show in Las Vegas. Sarah Evans has actually been with us before, calling in from there. It's probably, what time is it? 8, 7, 6, 6 or 5? I don't know which time zone they're in. But Sarah is a technology expert. She's the owner of the public relations firm Sevens Strategy. She's a team member of the Guinness Book World Record holding hashtag Beat Cancer, listed as one of the 14 power women in Forbes. My gosh. And she's calling in to talk to us about the coolest trends and emerging technology showcased at the 2017 Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. We've been hearing so much about it. Good morning, Sarah. Thank you for coming on the air with us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you got up early. So right now it's pretty dead there, isn't it?
It is. It's only about 5:20 here.
Well, thank you for getting up early to talk to us about it. So
I love it.
It starts today, or did you get a sneak peek yesterday?
We got a few sneak peeks yesterday, but the show officially opens today, so I'm excited to get down on that floor and check out everything.
This sounds like a fun year. I mean, we've been hearing about some of the things that we're going to, I don't want to say because I don't know what you're going to say, but it just sounds like a fun one. So what kind of things will we hear about?
This year, I think you're going to continue to hear a lot about, connected home, connected cars, but also this year, huge is AR and VR, augmented reality, virtual reality, lots with robots. In fact, we saw one on the casino floor last night as I was walking through, coming from a press conference. So there's a lot to be excited about.
And somebody was saying that there are cars there, which has not always been the case. But the reason cars are at the electronic shows because cars are basically robots with wheels these days.
It is absolutely true. In fact, over the past couple of years, we've seen the transition of it becoming mostly a car show. But not just that. It's truly about smart homes, smart cars, everything getting smarter and really reliant upon an amazing broadband connection.
Is there anything that is let's see, kind of wacky or maybe because we heard about the vibrating shorts, so I'll just tell you that. So we heard about the vibrating the vibrating Daisy Dukes. Have you heard about them?
No, I haven't, and I'm missing out.
Well, it's supposed to give you, like when you're walking through the city, it'll tell you turn right here if your right hip vibrates, turn left here if your left hip vibrates. Yeah.
Well, that is interesting.
And there's another thing we heard, too, that there was a kit that you could install in your old car to make it a smart car. So my 2005 Buick could be a smart car.
That is absolutely true. In fact, last year we interviewed the founders of the company and got a tour and found out more about the product. But what it does is it just plugs in to your car and gives you a Wi-Fi package in your car that you can buy and use and make your car a smart car. I'm really focused this year, though, on smart homes and the devices connected in the homes and making sure that people have reliant and strong internet connections so that we can plan for the at least 50 internet devices by 2020, which is the forecast right now.
Oh my gosh! So that'll be the typical home, 50 devices, and that includes things you don't expect to need Wi-Fi, like a refrigerator, right?
Exactly. And in fact, along with that, also voice automation and voice control. So saying things like, house, what am I getting low on the refrigerator? And someday answering back like, you need eggs, milk, and, cheese. All the dairy.
I can't imagine needing this. Will we have a smart bed that makes itself?
I mean, possibly. I know last year at the show we did see an internet-connected bed by Sleep Number that alerted you to your sleep habits. So it could track your blood pressure, your heart rate, and then the number of times that you wake during the night. So it's that kind of health hacking and health tracking.
Are you also addressing the speed of the broadband, the internet connection itself? I mean, can you have too fast of a speed where things will get confused then and not work?
Well, internet speed is going to be essential, and what you do is plan for the future. So I said 50 connected devices by 2020. I'm more than halfway there right now in my home, and I'm a Cox customer. Luckily, they offer gigabit internet speeds, which is 100 times faster than the average internet. So it's unbelievable. So I don't have that buffering, loading, all of that stuff that gets in the way of preventing a seamless internet experience, whether I'm downloading and streaming movies, using my voice automation to, bring me a beverage, whatever it is. It all is working seamlessly.
Oh, really?
Bring me a beverage. That's pretty cool.
Okay, I'm Cox also, and I have what do you call that thing? A router?
Yes.
Is the router soon to be completely will we not see the router anymore? I heard somewhere that there's a new way of doing this.
Well, I wouldn't go there yet, and I think the folks at Cox will keep us updated on what the appropriate hardware is that we need to actually have that super strong internet connection. I usually follow them on Twitter at CoxCom and reach out with questions at my local service provider just to make sure I have the most up-to-date hardware. Like I just got updated with Cox Contour, so I can use my voice automation with my remote. Even my 5-year-old can do it, and we can easily get to our awesome content.
So when we as a consumer purchase these products that will be able to be used via the internet and via the smartphones, we should call Cox, and then they can send a technician out there to make sure everything is hooked up properly and everything works?
Well, as far as your smart home goes, I have Cox Home Life. So when I got that all set up, someone came out to walk me through what I needed. I wanted to make sure I had door sensors, that I had cameras, that I had water sensors, that I had automatic door locks, automatic light sensors. So they did help me hook all of that up. I can access it from my smartphone, my tablet. I can mess with the temperature and really get my husband so I can keep it at the temperature I like. I can turn lights on and off. So they did make sure all that was hooked up.
Where do you live? Where's your home?
I actually live in Las Vegas.
Oh, you do? Okay. So you're not too far from home. But I mean, if let's say you lived here. Let's say I was in Vegas. Could I keep in touch with my home from that far away?
Absolutely. You can find out what's going on. In fact, I have a motion detection task set up. So if somebody would come to my door and it senses motion, it'll take a snapshot so I can go through and check the history of who's been at my front door. Let's say my son, who's not old enough to be home alone yet but needed to come home from school, I can have a trigger set up to let me know that a door has been opened so I can track when he gets home.
Oh, really?
I can check the camera to make sure it's him. Yes, so there's a safety part too.
Could you open the door for him?
I can.
Remotely?
I do have automatic door locks, so I can open those. And when I just had my baby girl and we had a bunch of family coming into town visiting, I was recovering from a C-section, I could just get my phone, check the camera to see who was there, and push the button to unlock the door so they could come in.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. Have you heard about a home robot called Ollie? And I think Ollie is not like Rosie the robot where you actually see something, but it's internal, like in the walls. Have you heard of Ollie?
I don't know Ollie. I'm getting familiar with all sorts of different robots. There's a market now. So when I go through the show floor today and yesterday, I will see lots of robots.
Okay, yeah, it says here, robot with personality for the home. It's a smart home hub that uses machine learning to recognize each family member.
That's awesome. So it gets in that artificial intelligence realm, which we're also seeing a lot of. I've got some AI-powered headphones right now that I'm testing out today, too.
Oh, now how do they work?
So with the artificial intelligence, it's powered by a bot that's supposed to get smarter the more you use it. So in theory, I have the headphones on and using my wonderful broadband connection in my home, and it'll say things like, I'm listening to music, but I can say, hey, Vinci, can you play this song for me? And then it will interrupt and say, you have a meeting in 3 minutes, and then so-and-so is calling. Would you like to answer or reschedule? And it gets smarter the more you use it, so it can help automate some tasks.
Oh, wow.
And are the headphones like light, or are they like broadcasters' headphones where they
are over the ear?
They look like earmuffs.
Yeah, they're over-the-ear headphones. They're very stylish. They have a touch screen on the outside, but they don't weigh any heavier than my other over-the-ear headphones, and the sound quality is actually noise cancellation, and the bass is pretty amazing in them.
So the other thing we saw was the smart fridge cam, and it'll take a picture every time you open up the fridge of what's in the fridge. So when your son takes the last cookie, you can say, who had the last cookie?
That's right.
I know. And he has a pretty big tell when he does something he's not supposed to. And he is also, he gets, when we have good internet, he knows it. He's the first one to tell me if he thinks something isn't working correctly, and he knows the power of using Cox Communications. It's funny, he sees the logo and he always yells, Cox Commitment.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh.
Wow.
So all we need to do is call our local Cox, and they'll take care of us.
you can do that. You can go to Cox.com, and for people wanting to know what we're doing at the show for what I'm covering, you can use hashtag CoxCES.
All right. Sarah Evans, always good to have you on the phone. Have fun out there. Thank you for sharing some of that
Thanks,
with us.
guys.
That was fun. We will take a little break and be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. President Obama hearing the results of a probe into what foreign governments may have done to interfere with U.S. elections dating back to 2008. Successor, Mr. Trump, questioning claims against Moscow.
The president-elect has appeared to support WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange's claim that Russia did not provide him with hacked Democratic emails, putting him at odds with the CIA and FBI, which has concluded its report on Russia's alleged hacking.
Fox Radio's Rachel Sutherland. In the Gulf of Mexico, the Coast Guard fighting a fire on board an oil platform off the coast of Louisiana, and one Texas lawmaker pushing a controversial gun
I
bill.
don't think the Texans should have to take a required class or pay a fee to exercise their